Hey, what's up, Elden Ring community? So I turned on my PlayStation today and I happened to notice that while I was asleep, my console downloaded an update. And this new patch is, you know what? It's got some good news and it's got some bad news. So let's just get into it, right? There's going to be some adjustments to the weapon art Swift Slash. It decreased the damage and the damage animation of the vacuum effect. Yeah, the Carrion Sorcery Sword. The scaling has gone up, and the base damage has gone down, which I don't see that being a really big problem. I mean, if you're scaling into an int build anyway, that shouldn't really affect you too much, I don't believe. The throwing attacks for Smith Script Dagger and Smith Script Cirque, the range has gone up, so kind of cool. Maybe that's something I haven't tried out yet, so might be fun to check that out. Placement of the bosses when you what it's saying here is they're calling it the refight on the Bandai Namco page, and basically what that means is after your initial challenge of the boss, because if you've played the DLC, there's a very strong chance that you didn't kill any of these bosses on your first attempt. I know I didn't. So what it's saying is when you fight the hippo in the Shadow Keep, he's going to be back in his original position when you come back to fight him, because I don't know if you've had this happen, but there has been times where I have had to re-challenge the hippo and he'll just be right up your ass as soon as the start fight. So we won't have to worry about that anymore. So that's great. And for Commander Gaius, they're doing the same. So that's nice little quality of life fix there. And I appreciate that a lot. There are a ton of bugs that they patched. And I mean, for the game to be out this short an amount of time, it's pretty impressive that they've already fixed so much stuff. Like, you know, we got the patch earlier where the Scadutree fragments give you better benefits, at least as far as I think it's the first half of the fragment upgrades. So that was really nice, helped out a lot of people who were just getting decimated in the DLC. And now with this new patch, we got one that I think a lot of people are going to be a little sad about, and that's the fact that the Rolling Sparks weapon art basically makes the perfume bottles totally busted, and they have fixed that. So now you're not going to be just destroying bosses with Rolling Sparks like you were before. However, I have heard that most of the time the perfume bottles aren't super duper good anyway, so maybe eventually they'll kind of get like a general buff or something like that. I'm hoping so. Fixed a bug that caused Rolling Sparks and Wall of Sparks to deal no damage while the effects were applied to your character, while you had special effects on your character, basically. Let's see, it fixed the bug where some special effects of a right-handed weapon would also be applied to the following weapon skills when cast with the left hand, and those was the Frenzied Flame of the Feeble Lord and the Discus Hurl. They fixed a bug where successfully guarding while attacking using the thrusting shield weapon would consume less stamina than intended. So it's kind of a little exploit that people were able to use, that they've taken that out. There was a bug that prevented players from canceling the attack recovery of two-handed strong attacks by rolling for certain weapons of the backhand blade type, which again, I mean, you could call that a nerf, but really what that is just fixing, you know, a bug that really gave you an extra advantage. Because I mean, you know, if you're like me, you've probably complained before about how some of the bosses in this DLC, they have almost no recovery animation, but it feels like you have tons of recovery animation, so the bosses can just beat the shit out of you, hit you 3 or 4 times while you get one swing out. So yeah, I would have been okay with that bug staying in the game. Let's just say that. We fixed a bug that caused the Lightning Perfume Bottle and the Frenzy Flame Perfume to deal double damage under certain circumstances. Haven't played with the perfume bottles enough to know about that. Again, That kind of sucks because I've heard the perfume bottles aren't amazing to begin with. But anyway, okay, so here's one that people might get a little upset about. I'm not really upset about it. I was at first, but now I'm okay. Fixed a bug where the arcane scaling of the Bloodfiend arm was higher than intended when you set affinity. The status buildup of the heavy attack was also reduced. Now that sounds horrible because everybody knows probably by now, if you didn't know this, the Bloodfiend arm is disgustingly good. As you can see right here, I got it up to plus 25. And yeah, it's really, really good. If you use its R2, you charge that up and you see blood just comes out immediately and it builds up blood status like disgusting. The bleed status builds up so fast with this weapon. Now, as you can see down at the bottom of the screen, the blood loss buildup is at 201. And before the patch, my blood loss buildup was 219. You can see I got my arcane set at 68 on this character. This isn't much of a nerf. This weapon is still going to be disgustingly good. So I felt like it was very important to go ahead and put this video up today when I saw the update come out, because I don't want anybody to see that patch note and hear, oh my God, they nerfed Bloodfiend arm, you guys, and it's going to be crap now. Because no, the blood loss buildup is freaking 201 on my build right now. And just think about this, right? Let's look at another weapon, okay, that has a status effect. Okay, here's the Rotten Battle Hammer. Causes Scarlet Rot buildup 65. Okay, here's the Great Stars. Calls blood loss buildup 55. You picking up what I'm laying down? 201 is a shitload more than 55. Like, this weapon is still going to be insane for a bleed build. So do not get discouraged from using the Bloodfiend arm. I highly recommend still taking advantage of this thing, because personally, I have a feeling they're probably going to nerf this thing again, because 201 is still ridiculous. I mean, you got C scaling in arcane, C scaling in strength at plus 25. This is still a damn good weapon. I could do me and the mimic tier with this build, and some of these bosses were a joke. Commander Gaius, I basically killed him on my first actual try. Long story short, this weapon still owns. I just kind of want to encourage people not to get freaked out that they're seeing some of this stuff getting nerfed already, because some of this stuff I think was already kind of busted. All they're trying to do is just make things not totally busted, which, you know, for me, I feel like playing with busted weapons in any game it's kind of like a novelty, but I mean, you're not going to want to play the game like that all the time. You know, that's not really fun. We don't really play these kind of games here to make it super easy. If you wanted to play something easy, you know, you can always go play Cooking Mama. They fixed a bug where the faith scaling of the gazing finger weapon was not being applied correctly, which that's good. We want it to scale right. Fixed a bug where the damage animation of some attacks of the Fire Knight's Greatsword against players was different than expected. So just it looks like a visual fix there. The attack affinity of some attacks of the Greatsword were different. Okay, just correcting that. Fixed a bug that caused some affinities for the Smith script, Dagger, Cirque, Axe, Great Hammer, and Spear, and Shield, and the Golem Fist. So the affinities were higher than intended. So all those weapons effectively got a nerf, but again, it probably made them a little bit overpowered. And that was actually a feature that I did not know about. I hadn't tried any of those weapons yet. Fixed a bug that caused enemies to heal when the maximum HP reduction, gradual HP reduction effect applied by Black Knife Tish wore off. Okay, that's interesting. So the character I've been using, I haven't even been using Black Knife Tish. So I did not know about that issue. That's good. So now enemies aren't just going to be healing out of nowhere. So it makes me wonder, because a lot of my friends, I think, took Tish into the DLC as their main Spirit Ash. So that should be helping all of y'all out that have been maining with Tish. Fixed a bug that caused summoned NPCs to behave differently than expected. I don't think I've had any trouble with summoned NPCs, so that's a bug I was not aware of. So far, all the NPCs that I've summoned have been doing really good. Egon is the GOAT. Let it be said now and forever. Fixed a bug where the unblockable bite attack of the golden hippopotamus would connect with players more easily than they intended. Yes. Okay, this may be the #1 issue that I wanted fixed that I can think of in the DLC, because the hippopotamus was such a pain in the ass to fight at the beginning of the DLC, because that grab attack he does, it feels unwinnable. It's like RNG just decides whether or not he will grab you, because he will follow you all the way back into the corner and bite you. And I really just felt like when I beat him, a lot of it felt like luck, because he just decided to not use that move, because it felt like if I dodged to the right, dodged to the left, dodged to the back, dodged into it, jumped, nothing would get around that grab attack. So holy shit, thank you guys for patching that, because I don't think the hippopotamus should be nearly as hard as he is in Shadow Keep. One thing that I really don't understand also is that when you find the hippopotamus out in the forest, it's way easier. It's a way easier fight. And that may just be because you can ride on Torrent, but still, hopefully this boss is going to be way less of a pain in the ass, because I could totally see the hippopotamus becoming a wall for a lot of players. Hopefully everybody's hanging in there and getting through it, because the DLC is fantastic. So good fix on that one, guys. They fixed a bug that caused text to display differently than expected. Okay. Several other performance improvements and bug issues. Well, performance issues are always good to fix. So yeah, for the PS5 version, apparently there was an unstable frame rate by using the rebuild database option from safe mode. Good job fixing that. In some PC versions, ray tracing may be unintentionally enabled and cause unstable performance. In the PC version, the message inappropriate activity detected may appear without cheating. Oh my God. Okay, that's kind of scary. So, so you can be playing and then all of a sudden the game just says that you're cheating. Oh, that's funny. I mean, I'm sure it scared the shit out of some people. I would love to find out if any of you guys have had this happen to you where the game accuses you of cheating for no reason. Let me know in the comment section if y'all have had that happen, because that sounds hilarious. I would love to see some examples of this. I would love to see somebody's reaction to this, actually. It says, though, to fix this issue, verify the integrity of the game's files before restarting. In the PC version, unstable frame rate can be caused by third-party apps that control mouse behavior. Deactivating these may improve the performance. And you know, I've never played one of these games all the way through, and I mean FromSoft RPGs. I've never played one through with a mouse and a keyboard. When the Prepare to Die edition came out on Steam for the original Dark Souls, it wasn't a great port to begin with, but because I didn't have any other options, I was like, I'm gonna try to do it with a mouse and a keyboard. And I think I tried with the mouse and keyboard for like all of 20 minutes. And I said, F this, and I went to Walmart and bought an Xbox controller and connected it to my computer. So yeah, for those of you Uber Chads who are using the mouse and keyboard, good on you. But this will not be a problem I will ever have. I feel like these games were designed to use with a controller, and I just think they play better with one. Yeah, it looks like that's it. Okay. So that's all the new patch notes. Just wanted to share that with everybody. Bloodfiend arm is still going to be awesome. So don't worry, you know. If you've been hearing from all your friends that Bloodfiend arm totally kicks ass, it does, and it is going to continue to kick ass. All right, so there you have it, everybody. Those are the newest patch notes for Elden Ring. And, you know, for everybody who's celebrating on July 4th, happy July 4th. And I hope you guys enjoyed this little update video. I haven't ever done anything like this, but I thought it might be fun to do and, you know, hopefully be informative to get the information out there for all of our diehard Elden Ring community players. If you enjoyed this little kind of news update thing, you know, give me a like, comment if you got any opinions on what I'm doing with this kind of deal here. Anything you enjoyed or think I can improve, let me know in the comment section. You know, share it to everybody you know that plays the game so they can get a little bit more information about the update. And subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. If you want to catch any of my From Software countdowns, I'm working on a new one right now that's Elden Ring specific. Hopefully that one's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for watching. See you next time.